Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for passing by. Thank you so much for subscribing and thank you very much for watching my videos. You are greatly appreciated. Today I want to talk about the importance of self-respect in entertainment and also in the social media space. By now, everybody has seen, I've heard what's taking place in the entertainment field when it comes to Vibes Cartel, from the Sumfest, from Vibes Cartel to Massacre to Jashi. As a matter of fact, it's coming from the Alkaline time with this new Rules Festival, and everybody's seeing what's taking place and the opinion of others, what people have been saying, Bounty Killer involved, so many other persons involved who aren't necessarily artists but are in the entertainment field, such as the Nuffy. We have also seen where Matsus come out and he spoke on his version or his side of what's happening on social media and his opinion. We have seen so many persons coming out. Now, vloggers have been adding their 2 cents, including myself, and we have been looking at things from different angles. Many persons have been constantly vlogging about it, the argument that's in social media, of which there are many. And so we're looking into it. But the thing is, I don't want to take Alkaline and put him on a high pedestal as if we're over-respecting anyone. But if you look at what he has carved in dancehall, remember, dancehall is an entertainment space, right? It's a genre and it's an entertainment space of which becomes highly competitive. It's male-driven, it's ego-driven, and it's a highly competitive field. And we have an artist who came out, and when he came out in the space, he was doing his own thing. Many persons were ifing and butting and stuff like that about him. Now he has proven himself over the years, hit songs after hit songs. He has proven himself, clashed with several artists, that is. And so it's not like we're overly respecting this guy, but we're putting him on a pedestal where you can see what makes him distinguished. And if he's a distinguished artist, then that's exactly what he is. And we have to separate him from the others. He has carved a lane for himself. And the lane that he has carved for himself is what many are having an issue with. So the lane that he has carved for himself is that he doesn't need to come through the gate, or come through the game, I should say, when it comes to dancehall, through a predecessor, through someone who was actually there before. He doesn't have to pay homage to a whole lot of persons or to the very persons who believe that they are gatekeepers in dancehall. And because of such, many are having an issue with it. Now, what I just said, it's something that you guys have heard already, okay? So I need not to stress on it. So what we're trying to do is to let you understand, or what I am trying to do right now is to let you guys understand the importance of self-respect. Now, not only have he carved a lane for himself, he has built his life wherein there is much privacy to him. You are not privy to his private life. You're not privy to his personal life, his day-to-day going. You are not privy to it. And it creates an unease for many persons who are actually not his fans, because his fans are not complaining. His fans do not want to know who he's sleeping with. If he's a father, his fans want good music or want music from him, and that's it. They want to know where his next show is, where his next stop is, what endorsement is he a part of, what campaign is he a part of. This is what his fans want to know. Persons who are curious but are not fans or critiques, they want to know if he's straight, if he's sleeping with a man, if he has children, or is he a gelding. And you know, the opposite argument of it is always negative. They are striving more for an opposite argument. They're striving more for a negative chain. They don't want to know that he's a father. They want to know that he's a gelding, because it's a negative connotation used to describe someone who hasn't bear any children, and so, or who isn't a father. And so these are the negative words that are used to describe these individuals, of which they are they enjoy applying it to Alkaline. They also want to know if he's gay. No, you don't want to know if he's married. You don't want to know if he has a partner, if he's taking her out, you understand me? These are not things that they want to know. You want to know the negative aspects and apply it to the artist. And because you can't get that, then it creates a lot of unease. And this is the reason you know that these people are not fans. They're not supporters of music. And he has have the ability to separate himself in such a way that he looks different, He acts different. He presents himself different. He speaks different from everybody else. So the little squabble and the little diatribe that many persons are having that are artists in and of themselves within their circle, sharing the same fan base, sharing the same supporters to the point where they can't stand out by themselves because a lot of things are going to come into play. Their credibility is going to be jeopardized. Their fan base is going to be exposed, which means that they weren't necessarily fans of them. And so they have to go back to the drawing board and correct their argument and make it clear to a lot of persons out there that, listen, I'm subordinate to this individual. It's not what you think. If there's an error or something that you believe is disrespectful, I apologize. They do not have the ability to stand out. They do not have the ability to stand by themselves. And this is the reason many persons respect Alkaline, because he puts himself in a position where he is respected, where he respects himself. He conducts himself accordingly. If it is not music that you are getting, you are not getting anything, because he's in the business to not only make money, but build a lane for himself to show you that this should be about music and music in and of itself. It shouldn't be about my private life or my personal life and giving you information that you are basically don't need. You don't need that information. It's not going to help you. Back in the day, you didn't know much about artists' private life unless it's something that they want to present to the public. And so he has brought that here right now in 2025, and it creates a lot of unease. Now, when we go over into social media space and we see what's taking place with the D official, the Jabas, so many, the Annie, when you don't respect yourself, you will always find yourself in entanglement. You will always find yourself in squabble. You will always find yourself in a lot of quagmire that has absolutely nothing to do with growth, to do with acting responsible, to do with behaving like a mature adult. These people are parents and they're on the internet and they're behaving in such a disgraceful way. I said I was going to post the video or snippets of it, of the things that are being said, but you guys are already out there. You guys are seeing it, and so I need not to add or take away from it. As seen, the official was a married woman. Well, she's estranged from her husband now because I guess she's filing for divorce. She was a married woman, and while being married, she was always on the internet having unnecessary squabbles with people. Doesn't seem to know when to bow out gracefully. Doesn't seem to know when to take a time from the internet and start focusing on herself. Or if you're in the media or on the internet, it should be about business. Now, she made herself distinguished, but the thing is that she did not make herself respected, meaning that she was distinguished based on the fact that she got married. She was in social media space doing her own thing, gaining her popularity, gaining traction, getting promotions, and also getting married, which many persons admired about her at the time. But at the end of the day, she did not conduct herself with much self-respect. And because she haven't, this is where she's at. Now, while being estranged from her husband, she met up with Jabas. She got caught feelings for him. She admitted, Jabas is saying that it was a prank the entire time. She caught feelings for this guy, and she's going on and disrespecting him, saying all these things about him on social media, and he's adding to it. And it's like she cannot take the insult that is being hurled back at her. And so she's in her feelings, going on and on again, trying to find an end game to the insults that are being thrown. And like I said, when you are a person who is married, when you're a person who try to establish yourself as a businesswoman and stuff like that, you have to try to move different. Even though you're in the social media space, there are lots of persons out there who are business oriented and they're on social media all day, every day, because their business requires it to gain customers. You have to move different. You can't want popularity by any means. And at some point in time, you have to allow self-respect to come in, especially when you are a parent. It's the same thing for Jabas. Now, I will not speak on that alleged rape case because I know not much about it. But the fact that he came in the picture and he said he's letting it known to the public that him and the relationship was a prank. So he's letting it known that the relationship that they put out and everything, it was to prank the public. She caught feelings and she's mad because he rejected her. Let's say there's some truth to it. You're a full grown man, you're also a parent. You should know how to move different in this time. You should know how to stand out in a positive way and how to be your own businessman, because it said that you own a bar or you own a club or something like that. Then you should try to move different because you want to gain people to patrons to come to your place. So you'd want to know that these are people who have some sort of self-respect and decorum while moving on social media. The reason I keep pushing for the self-respect is that when you are doing nothing and you're an idler, and then you find something constructive to do that you are pushing, your moves are supposed to be different. You want to be respected as a business person. Or if you see longevity in your business, which is success and growth of your business, you are going to want to move different. You are going to want to respect yourself. You are going to want to come on the internet and conduct yourself with a great deal of dignity so that people can respect you. You can gain customers and you will have a successful business. But this is the issue. When you don't respect yourself, then this is what happens. You open the floodgate for just about anybody to come into your space and disrespect you. And this is what's taking place with the official and also Jabas. People have been saying from a longest while, why is the official a married woman and she's so baga baga? She's always on the internet cussing, and people are going to hold you to the fire because you are a married woman. You have multiple children. You're the one with the responsibility. Every single thing that happens in her house, in her bedroom, she brings it to the media. And I'm not sure if she's trying to bring down her husband at the time, but you end up bringing down your own self. Because who respects somebody who behaves like that? Nobody's going to respect you. And if you move on and you find another man, which is what took place in this situation, it's the same predicament that you are in. A guy that does not respect you simply because you do not conduct yourself with a great deal of self-respect. You're always on the internet cussing about S'ing mother underneath, mother dive up in this big old, you wanted to S me, you wanted to this, USP, you suck this, you suck that. Like, come on now. Come on. As a full-grown woman, as a mature woman, as a woman who is married, you came and you say all sorts of disgraceful things that your husband tells you when he's upset. All sorts of things. Big underneath, big this, big that. And he's always saying that. Then you come and you speak about your husband's private part all day, every day. I did an entire video on it. And it's one of those sad situations. But I revert to the quote of W.D. Du Bois. Some black people are comfortable in their pit and you should leave them in it. They cannot be rehabilitated. And this is one thing that people need to understand, people need to grasp, and people need to learn to accept. There are some people out there who cannot be rehabilitated. There is no growth for them. It's a mental disability. They are where they are. They see things how they see it, and you cannot go there to try to change any of them. You cannot show them a broader picture. If somebody says A, they have to say B. If somebody says C, they have to say D. And it continues and continues, and there is no ending to it. And they wonder why their life is so miserable. Because they do not see what's outside the box. They cannot look outside the matrix. They cannot come outside the matrix. They're stuck in a curse. And you know, for those who are religious, the Bible verse speaks on it. It said that you'll be stricken with madness, and the woman shall grow up in the city. Curse in the city. This is what the curse is that reach the daughters of Zion. Now I'm putting it out there that, you know, I incorporated Alkaline situation to show you why he's distinguished from other artists out there because of how he conducts himself. Now, when we look at Bounty Killer, who is a giant and who is a leader, I'm getting back. So, guys, you can see the interconnection that I'm trying to do. When you look at Bounty Killer, who has been in the game for so long, and he literally reduced himself with the statement that he made, he opened the gate for just about anybody to disrespect him. Because you cannot consider yourself a leader. And when you consider yourself a leader, you do not know how to approach a situation. You don't know how to approach a situation. You're approaching it with disrespect, and then you want to be respected. You are not God. A lot of you guys are mentally ill. You guys have serious issues. You strongly believe that you are God in the earth, And because you're God in the earth, you can do no wrong. Nobody can say anything. You can't make any form of atonement. You can't make any form of reproach. You can apologize. You can't do anything at all because you are right all day, every day. And it's a sad situation. So if Bounty Killer had conducted himself with a great deal of self-respect, he wouldn't have been in the situation that he's in right now. He would not only be distinguished, because obviously he's vying to be a distinguished individual because he lost all street credibility through Vibes Cartel. You understand? So he wanted to be a distinguished individual speaking on politics and social issues, no matter how clouded it may seem or how misguided he may be with his argument. But he did not move like someone who wanted respect from people. And because he did not, then that's the reason so many persons came at him. Because you have people out there who simply don't care. It's a similar situation in the social media space with the Japas, with the D official, with so many other persons. They don't care. And because they don't care, it doesn't matter if you disrespect them because they were planning to disrespect you. They don't respect themselves, so they aren't planning to respect anybody. And so the least thing that somebody says, you don't find a different approach. I saw Rosalie trying in an argument recently. She was responding to an insult that was heard at her through ones, and I saw her trying, and everybody in the comment section is saying that they like this version of her. It seemed as if she went and to school to learn something. She's taking notes from somebody because she approached the situation differently. She approached the situation in a more positive manner. Sometimes you have to let go. You can't always be a product of your environment, or you get caught up in social media and get caught up in the height of what's taking place, or high energy of what's taking place, because there's low vibration and high energy. It's intertwined, because the low in vibration means that you're going to do things that are immoral, unethical, ruthless. That's what you are. You're low in vibration. But you have high energy means you're loud, uppity. You can gain an audience through much stupidity. It doesn't mean that you should be programmed by it or you should be pushed by it. You can control your setting. You can control the energy that is around you. And proceed with caution, because you want to be respected. You are looking for success in whatever it is that you do. And so you're going to move with dexterity. You're going to think twice. So if a lot of these people were doing that, they would be far better off, because the community of social media is not big. It looks big, but it really isn't. And they intermix. So if they had any form of common sense, they would have come together and find a way how they can start a business and start do something together where they can generate some money. Now, because they're hustlers and they can't come out of the hustling mindset and go into entrepreneurship and think about the future, make it futuristic, where they see themselves being successful through what they are doing. But when you get that easy and quick money, you're caught up in it and you lose all self-respect. No respect for yourself, and so you're not going to respect people. And it's the same thing that happens in dancehall. All of them get caught up in this quick money, in the hype that is around them, and so they're quick to take jabs at any other person for no reason, unprovoked. They see a person, they consider them an easy target, and so they attack or they launch insults, not knowing that it's going to strike back at them. You understand me? And so this is what happens. So when you respect yourself, you have to know how to move. You are going to move different. You can check a Wayne Marshall, for example. These are people who were once in the game and they decide to make a change. You can check a assassin who changed his name to Agent Sasko. These are people who move different because they want to be respected. They want their craft to be respected. They want it to live on, so they move different. They start to make their move different. They start to respect themselves because they want to be respected. You can't be in the game for 30 years and still trying to compete like you're 15 years old, 16 years old. And it's a sad place to be. It's a sad place to be in this world when people don't see themselves and see how great they can be. They don't see greatness within themselves. They believe greatness is a quick buck, is the ability to make $5 million by Friday. That's what they see. The ability to make $5 million by Friday. I was watching a video on social media platform, and he realized a little youth, a little guy who was saying that he's starting out a garbage cleaning business where he cleans people garbage, power wash it and stuff like that. And he says that he wants $1,000 in 30 days. And I'm like, that's a wrong approach. That's a wrong mentality. You should want the success of your business through continuous support so it can grow, so you can have a successful business. You can't want a quick money, fast money mentality where you get something quick and because it will be short lived. Because in no business, you will have a continuous high float all day, every day. So what are you going to do when there's a low period? You're going to turn to something else or start doing something illegal, leaving from something legitimate to something illegitimate. Illegitimate, that is. Maybe I said it too fast. So I was just saying that's the wrong method. You should want the success of your business through continuous support so you can have growth in it. And this is the mentality of a lot of persons because they're on social media and they can get the quick money by Friday. They can get lots of money in their TikTok account and stuff like that. So all respect for oneself is gone out the window because they know that once they ratchet the F out, they're going to get a lot of view. People are going to screen record it. People are going to share it. It's going to gain traction. They get money when they turn on their live. Many people support them. They get a lot of views and stuff like that. And so they take it and they run with it, not knowing that the moment is short-lived. You have to continuously disrespecting your own self. You have to continuously selling your integrity, selling your decency. You have to continuously doing it. Because it's the only way you move with that energy. That's a feet that you that's a foot, I'm sorry, that you move off with. So you have to continue in that line in order to gain that money because it is short-lived. It's only a momentum. It's a negative momentum. So you're going to have to keep on it. That's why each time they turn on their life, they're always continuously disrespecting people. And it's the same thing. If Bounty Killer wants a viral moment, his viral moment is only through disrespecting Alkaline or finding an artist that he doesn't like, who he believes is an underdog or doesn't have much fan base that he can disrespect. That's the only way they can go viral. Because the energy that surrounds them is so negative and dark. Who remembers when Beanman and Bounty Killer were close? Before Vybz Kartel release. They were very close. They were on stage together. More than one stage. Going places. And as soon as Vybz Kartel release, what happened with Bounty Killer and Beanie Man? We ain't seen them. You understand me? So it goes to show you who people really are. Negative is just a momentum. It's a momentum. It's short-lived. It is short-lived. But when you respect yourself, it may come slow, but it's a long-lasting longevity. When you respect yourself. But that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy your day. God bless you. Bye-bye.